YouTube. This is not very often I do this anymore. I tell you what, it's been just FIFA constantly for the past couple of weeks, but here we are. I had a couple of days off here and there as well. Obviously, my mental health wasn't the best, but I'm back now. And I'm here with this video, and this video is called, it's a debate really, is Boris Johnson the worst Prime Minister this country has ever seen? We're not far off, and he's making himself look a right cock. So, first of all, because it'll be nice and quick, what good has he done to the country? I think, to be fair, Brexit was finished when they said it'd be, and to be fair, they have got a quick vaccine rollout, got that done nice and quick, got us out of lockdown nice and quick. Where, like you say, maybe Keir Starmer would have kept us in lockdown longer than he needed to. I don't know, but I think got us out of lockdown in decent time, as well as good quick booster vaccine rollouts, things like that, all very well and good. And that's all he ever says in his PMQs. And that's because that's all he can say. Because, as we know, he's been partying rather heavily. I lost 2 great-grandmothers in the last year. I mean, to be fair, like I say, great-grandmothers, great age, good for them. Both of them in the 90s. But I never got a chance to say goodbye to them. Why? Because I was following the rules set by him as he was partying in Downing Street. I don't appreciate that. Don't appreciate that at all. It's just a twat, innit? I said in previous videos, I made a video a year or so ago now, more, saying things that pissed me off. The Labour Party. That's just because I hated Jeremy Corbyn. I don't like Keir Starmer, but I tell you what, I'm enjoying watching Keir Starmer in these PMQs lately, because he's rinsing into Boris, and he fucking deserves it. He is clinging on by the skin of his teeth to this job. And the thing is, he's either a spoilt brat, or he is absolutely deluded. He is now, I forgot how many it was, I think it's 5 people now out of his cabinet that have left. Number 10 denies PM has lost control after resignations. More MPs having letters of no confidence towards their own man. A Tory MP who joined Labour. It's not even close, because usually if a Tory leaves Tories, they'll join Lib Dem. They formed a coalition in the past, so it's not such a jump. That's like jumping from supporting Liverpool to supporting Manchester United, from Tory to Labour. It's ridiculous, and people are willing to do that now. I never thought in a million years I'd vote Labour, but I think you'd be daft to vote Tory after this. If anyone votes Tory after this, I'm always open to honesty. Give me a good reason why you'd vote Tory, and then we'll talk. But if you can give me good reasons why you'd vote Tory, for besides I have a shit ton of money and Boris is laundering it for me, then fair enough. But really, there is no reason at all to vote Tory. There is no reason at all to think Boris is a remotely good Prime Minister. He goes round, I used to slag off Keir Starmer. I'm not anymore, because he doesn't deserve it. He's standing up and standing against Boris Johnson. And I think Boris is slagging off Keir and saying, look, you're doing party politics, gaining party points by this. Look, he's not gaining party points by saying all that. He's gaining it because you're a cock. You're doing it to yourself. People are looking at you and thinking, wanker. There's no reason for you to blame. Just sit back in my chair and I'll relax about this. There's no reason for you to blame Keir Starmer and doing his party political things. He's using this COVID crisis to our advantage. In the past, I admit he did, because he basically said whatever Boris did was the wrong decision. Some of the things Boris did was the wrong decision in the lockdown. Some of them, I think he brought us out of lockdown at the right time instead of keeping us in it too long. So that's where I have the respect for Boris, and that is where the respect for Boris swiftly ends, because he's had parties in lockdown, 12 of them, that are being investigated by the police. The police. So he, technically, is a criminal. People within government are criminals. Ridiculous. What we're witnessing here. The fact that he's just a criminal. There's no other ways around it. And the Boris's best leap of defence is to try and accuse Keir Starmer. Like I say, I didn't used to like him, but you know what I do now? Tries to blame Keir Starmer for not arresting Jimmy Savile. Great, well done. And that's why yet more people have resigned, because that is what Boris Johnson is resorting to, saying that Keir Starmer supports paedophiles. In layman's terms, in BTEC basic terms, that's what he's saying. Whether he's right or wrong, he's wrong. That's what he's trying to say. As if you are stooping to that level. Call Ian Blackford fat. Yeah, I mean, Ian Blackford's a cock end, but Jesus Christ. I never thought in my life I'd support Ian Blackford and Keir Starmer when they were shooting Boris down. I was like, in the past, I openly admit, I was like, give him fucking, like, look, no one else could do what he's done because it's an unprecedented situation. What do you want this man to do? Nah. Forget I ever said that. The man's a cunt. He was partying through lockdown. And then he acts like he wasn't. Parties? I didn't see any parties. No, I can't see any parties at all. You stupid cunt. He's taking the public for mugs. And the thing is, it's just not even funny anymore. This is actually a serious video about me. Boris, how are you not resigning? How? You're a fucking first class cunt. And I think it was for someone who very, very well said it, he says he will do anything to save his job before he'll basically he'll prove he's wrong. He'll prove he's right and everyone else is wrong. If Boris is wrong, he's right. And if Boris is right, he's right. He's right whether he's right or wrong in his head. In his head, he can't do no wrong. What's ridiculous? All I am fed up as hearing is, let's wait for the report to finish and we'll see what happens. But no, I'm not resigning. I'm not resigning. And that's one thing I am fed up of. Ian Blackford, Keir Starmer, save your fucking breath. You're always going, will you now do the decent thing and then resign? That's all I've ever heard Ian Blackford say. Will you do that decent thing and then resign as Prime Minister? No, he won't, because he's not a decent man. He's a cunt. Simple as that. Keir Starmer going, saying all this shit. I can't quite do a Keir Starmer. I can't really do an Ian Blackford impression. But he's not gonna back down because he is too pompous and too desperate for his own job. He wants to be Prime Minister. I don't think he cares. Because he has broke ministerial code. He fucking broke ministerial code the night before the Queen went to Prince Philip's funeral completely alone, mourning the love of her life for 70 years. And then he says, well, I've apologised to the Queen. Well done, I'm sure that makes her feel so much better. I'm sure, because I know the Queen and the Prime Minister have weekly meetings. I bet this Queen's thinking, this cunt, why is he not out of thing yet? I know there's been 17 letters of no confidence written by Tories. 54 needed to question the power until we can actually start talking about getting him off his fucking fat pompous arse and somewhere where he's more use, such as I don't know, jail, since he's a criminal. But yeah, Boris, worst Prime Minister in the history of the country? Yes. No. Joint top with Margaret Thatcher, because Margaret Thatcher was a right cunt. Fucking, especially being a Liverpool fan, where she practically was like, yeah, Hillsborough, Schmilsborough, whatever. Police did a good job. Everyone up north is irrelevant, blah, blah, blah. She was an absolute scumbag, was Margaret Thatcher. Boris is also there too. He's lied to the government, lied to the public, and then acts like he's never heard it before. Oh, I didn't know about the parties. One of them was confirmed in Boris's flat. He said, I didn't know any parties were happening. You can't even remotely accept it, but you can remotely accept it if it's like in the basement of Downing Street, as he's up in his flat. One of the parties was in his flat, in his house. I mean, I know the whole of Downing Street's in his house, but he has the special place that he lives, Boris's flat. One of the parties happened there. How did you not know that was there? You did. You're lying. done? You have lied so much. I respect what he's done through COVID and the lockdowns, and it was impossible to do. He's done well in getting the boosters. But in terms of saying, "Oh, we've boosted the economy," also there was someone on Twitter that Boris has been done for lying because he's been, as he was talking through all of his stats on one of his PMQs, he was like, "Yeah, so this government has done this about the booster or that," and you're like, fair play. Yes, it has. This government has done this. Whether under that government we'd have still been in lockdown. Yeah, fair play. Okay, this government has increased jobs. Yes, it's increased jobs, but not by the amount he says it is. It's done this, yes, okay. But then he says it's reduced crime. Apparently there's a stat, he's just made that up. The crime has actually increased under this Prime Minister. So he's just absolutely fabricated another lie. Phenomenal. Well done, Boris. But yeah. Fucking ridiculous. Absolute joke of a man. No class, no nothing. Resign, get out of this country's fucking hair. Yeah. I'm done talking about him because I'll get too angry if I do. Cheers, take care, like, subscribe. Bye bye.